Oh, y'all see it, man. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Kwame Brown. Hey, look, man. It's like schoolyard tactics. When you bully somebody long enough, at some point you gotta understand or think. At some point they're gonna say, "God damn it, not today, not today." And Kwame Brown woke up yesterday and said, "Fuck, not today. God damn it, I'm done. I'm tired of this shit. Not today." Kwame Brown went off. He actually did a couple rants. One of them was like 7 minutes long, but he went in. I mean, now for younger kids, Kwame Brown was a center. Played was mainly known for that run he had with the Lakers. He was kind of like Shaq's replacement when the Lakers traded Shaq to Miami. Big shoes to fill. Best center of the generation, and just playing center for the Lakers in general. I mean, you talking Elgin Baylor, Kareem, Chamberlain, Shaq. Those are big shoes to fill. He could never fill them. Kwame Brown was not that good of a basketball player. But if you could get past basketball, because I know some people are going to say, well, he was trash. Who does he care? Who cares about his opinion? Yada, yada, yada. Basketball, no sport defines who you are as a man. You know what I mean? Because I know plenty of guys who are way better players than Kwame Brown, but aren't necessarily the best human beings on earth. Rather you want to throw out Charles Barkley, you get mixed reviews when you ask people what do they think about Charles Barkley as a man. Great player, one of the top 50 best players of all time. But when you ask people about Charles, they be like, some people be like, I can name dozens of guys who were really, really terrific players. But, as a man, it's just a different. And like I say, to overlook what Kwame's saying, now he calls out Steven Jackson, Gilbert Arenas, all of these guys. And like I say, sports media has been taken over and hijacked by former athletes who give you more of a inside look of what it was like to be in the game. And what is it? Isn't it fitting that they podcast all the smoke? And Kwame Brown won all the smoke. Kwame called them out. Kwame Brown won all the smoke. He ain't playing with these niggas. He ain't playing with these boys. And, he kept bringing up the Derek Fisher stuff. I mean, I would advise to go look at the longer version of that rant. I mean, he kept bringing up Derek Fisher, and then mattbarnes makes his little light-skinned corporate response.
Yeah, I was just confused. I didn't really know what happened. I didn't know where they came from. I was coaching the kids this weekend, and I look on social media, and people are going crazy. But I get where he's coming from. I mean, he's kind of been the butt of jokes coming into the league and not being able to live up to that number one potential. I guess some stuff was said on the podcast. I don't know. Like, to me, your anger is focused to me. I didn't say nothing, do nothing. If you want to be mad at anyone, be mad at MJ for picking you number one.
You're referring, of course, to the All the Smoke podcast,
right,
where you had Gilbert Arenas on. It was you and Steven Jackson.
And I don't even recall, Rachel, to be honest with you. So good luck, bro.
That nigga lying. You ain't that high, bro. You recall. You know what y'all was doing. Kwame Brown has been the pinata of the NBA for the last 20 years. He's been the joke. When Kobe died, and I don't know, maybe that's what they were talking about Kobe, I guess. Maybe that's how it came up, because he is a part of Kobe's career, the downslide of it. But, I remember when it was a meme, it was like on March 10th, 2005, Kobe Bryant and Kwame Brown combined for 60 points. Kobe scored 59 of them, and Kwame had one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all have hit Kwame Brown jokes before. But like I say, that's a grown-ass man. And nobody has responded to at least the way came at him. I mean, he called these cats out. He was like, yo, mattbarnes, you a punk, you a sissy, you want to be so tough with all your tattoos. He called out Steven Jackson, pull up your damn pants. You almost 50, grow the fuck up. I always thought, he even called him a fake activist. I'm not going anywhere with this little conspiracy theory, but I always thought it was kind of suspect, that friendship between Steven Jackson and George Floyd. That was always random to me. They both look alike. They called each other twin. George Floyd, not knocking him. Rest in peace. George Floyd was a regular dude making like minimum wage at the time of his death. How many guys regular niggas working minimum wage jobs, are tight friends with former NBA players? I don't really know too many. You know what I mean? So that was always a little odd to me, that connection, that friendship. But, God bless him. But he called him out for his activism, his fake activism, he claims it. Gilbert Arenas always been kind of loosey in the head. He always had a couple of screws loose. That's the cat that brought the guns to the locker room, But, yeah, I mean, just because you are a better player than somebody does not mean that your opinion means more, or that you're just, that person is less of a man because you played basketball better than him. You know what I mean? Like, give Kwame Brown, respect Kwame Brown as a man. You might not respect him as a player, but that is a man at the end of the day, a grown-ass man. Kwame been quiet for a long time. I'm surprised it took him all these years to finally, what made him say, you know what, damn it, not today, fuck this. Because they've been coming at Kwame Brown for forever. You know what I mean? This nigga has been the walking punchline for the NBA for the longest. I was surprised he actually, came out. I hadn't seen Kwame Brown's face in so many years. I'm like, well, damn. But like I say, now he's called them out and they on silent lunch. Where's the response? Where's the laughter and the banter now? The bullies have said what they said, and the victim has come out and the victim is on one, and they don't want that smoke. So, like I say, I think it would be good for podcasts. Bring them on the show. Bring them on All the Smoke. It might be the highest watched episode since Kobe. Why? Bring them on there and talk like grown men. 3 black grown men or 4. Have Gilbert come back and settle this shit and hash it out. That's what they should do. That's good business. Bury that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kwame Brown was a garbage basketball player. But I can name a lot of guys that were way better that was some fuck niggas, suckers, pussies, hell, Chris Webber. Chris Webber was a better basketball player than Kwame Brown. As a person, you could keep going down the line. It's a lot of scumbags that are really good at what they do for a living, but that don't define their character, not in my opinion. So, Kwame Brown stood up for himself after 20 years of 20 years of just what do you want to call it? Torture. Just they ridiculed, 20 years of ridicule. And Kwame Brown woke up and said, not today. Y'all niggas, I'm tired of y'all. We ain't having this shit. And I really, in a straight up shoot fight, I would like to see that too. Logan Paul and them got all these celebrities fighting. Have Kwame Brown fight Steven Jackson. But with the gloves on, or either Gilly, or I wouldn't pay him to see Mattbarnes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see Mattbarnes fight. But yeah, I hope something comes out of this, and these 3 sit down and, chop it up. Because like I said, he was like, yo, man, y'all are following the same media tactics that white media do. Y'all are 3 brothers in the media, and instead of uplifting, your NBA brethrens, you rather just shit on them. And this is a guy who hasn't been in the NBA since, when the fuck, 2013? Like, damn. And they still on this man's ass. They still on his ass. So it's like, the guy averaged 7 points a game when he was with the Lakers, for God's sakes. He just wasn't a good player. But, I mean, that he is a grown man. And, people got feelings. And people, you wonder about, how does Greg Oden feel about being the biggest bust of his generation? With Sam Bowie and some of these guys, you'd be like, well, damn, these are people that go home. They got families. They got kids. These people got to, I mean, when the Bills lost that Super Bowl to the Giants back in the day, and Scott Norton, I think it was, the field goal kicker, missed the kick. That guy had to be on suicide watch that day. Family probably couldn't come out the house for months. You know what I mean? People don't think about how these players are affected by these kind of situations. Fans are fucking crazy, man. For real. So, shout out to Kwame Brown, man, for standing up for himself and calling niggas out, man. Let me know what y'all think.